For those who might not know, we did have to evacuate our station for the first time in history Thursday night. All of the employees are okay. We made it to higher ground before the water actually started coming into the building.
We are still looking at some of the banding around here in eastern North Carolina. Like I mentioned, we're starting to see some of that water coming back in, and you can see as we've got our Storm Track 12 mobile app up here, we're still stuck in that rotation around this storm that, again, it's a very slow moving storm. As we zoom in here where you can see some of these heavier bands that are still set up over the Jacksonville, and more importantly, what I'm really concerned about is going to be Duplin County. Chinquapin, the Northeast Cape Fear River, we may see a surge higher than what we saw between Dennis and Floyd in 1999.
I think, that, again, it's still not over. I know it's hard for people to believe that, but really what's going on, even inland from here, you've been hit hard here. There's going to be a lot of work, a lot of recovery here, but we're also dealing with things inland. So you get to places like Kinston and Goldsboro, you get down east into Lumberton and to Fayetteville, places that have been hit hard by Matthew that may well get hit harder than Matthew this time.
But within the last hour, we've seen lots of folks and talked to them as well.
This is producer Mike McCormick here, and I'll just go over, I don't know if we can get this down. There's a lot of debris, but right there you'll notice that's a yacht that's right up against the side of the hotel.
So this is what a lot of business owners are going to be dealing with here that are near the waterfront that saw that surge come in, and it's going to be taking quite a while. You'll notice it's almost as if it was completely open, and then all of a sudden the power goes out, the water comes in, and now they're left with all this debris that they've got to worry about getting out before they can get the store back open. So to give you an idea of the force of the water that came in here in the middle of the night with this surge, take a look at this woman's room door. Look how this is a metal door that I'm sure was locked. Notice how it's just pushed in there.
Okay, we're seeing another chopper overhead here. Rescues have been still going on today.
Let me get Alan to spin the camera around right now to show people kind of how we're staying on the air right now. This is a satellite news vehicle that we've brought in from a sister station in West Palm Beach, Florida. Carl Puglisi, who you've seen on the air a couple of times during the day, has us uplinking, and we're sending the signal to Washington, D.C., where we're turning it around and bringing it back to New Bern, where we've put a makeshift facility at your transmitter site.
That's right. If anybody out there has a fuel company and is looking for, can help us out with diesel fuel, we really need some of that right now as we're kind of running low on that.
And we do want to bring in a couple of people here to talk with us about that. Steve Tyson is going to make his way in, and Kevin Rock, both have kind of information to bring to you. Well, let's go get everybody in place here. That works perfect. Now, you have already put this out on Facebook, and of course, you have, I guess, the contact of hearing from everybody that communicates with you in the field exactly what's going on. First off, you have indicated that as of right now, we're kind of landlocked here.
We are landlocked, and I'll let Sergeant Rock expand on that.
Right now, 70 has overwash in it going westbound at LaGrange, and beginning to in farther east than that, around New Sport Shop, depending on the rise of the river there. So 70 is closed right there at LaGrange for now. Going eastbound out of town, just east of 9 Foot Road in Carteret County, US 70 is closed there. So if you're going to Morehead City, at the last information I had, the only way to get there would be to go up 101 out of Havelock and go into Beaufort and go across.
The safety of our citizens, this is still an event. It's not over. This storm could come back. As we are standing here, you see the wind. We have saturated ground conditions. We have trees that are going to fall over. And when they fall over, they might bring power lines down.
And of course, as we mentioned, being on the air today, we do have our generator that is running at our transmitter site, and that's certainly a challenge for us, and we would like to be able to get some diesel in. So those of you that may know the routes or the ability to do that, we'd certainly like to hear from you, because of the fact that some of the areas are starting to flood, so that may create the problem. So if anybody, certainly with the diesel trucks or the diesel, could get in touch with us, that could help us find a way to get that would certainly be good.